Hi, I'm Miles Jennings from Recruiter.com. I wanted to go a little bit more into detail on how to tweak your candidate sourcing match profile using Recruiter.com. You might have seen my other video where I introduced our new candidate sourcing functionality, and now I want to tell you just a little bit more about how to get better results and get better candidates for your open jobs. So we're going to take a position on Recruiter.com that's, I would say, fairly difficult. The technical architect. This is one of those kind of roles that has what we might call a laundry list of skill requirements. Those experienced recruiters in the room will know what I'm talking about. They're looking for everything under the sun. Looks like Azure and AWS is very important to this role, but a whole laundry list of skills and technical requirements. So we're going to source candidates for this role. Here's the technical architect. Now, what you can do is, after you have the role loaded in, you can actually tweak this using different inputs. The first one that I would suggest is actually using the ideal candidate functionality. So a lot of times what happens is you have already done a search online and you've found a good candidate. For whatever reason, they're not interested in the role. So just to prepare for this, I pulled up a Azure architect, Deepak. Now, you might have called this candidate and maybe he's not available, maybe he doesn't want a new job, but he's a great candidate. Now, what you can do is actually use that profile to create an ideal candidate model. So when you go in, you can actually say my ideal candidate. You can add either a resume or a LinkedIn profile. So in this case, we looked it up with LinkedIn. We're going to add his profile, and that is going to be used to build the model for our candidates. So this should come up. And now we have a whole bunch of candidates that look like our friend Deepak on LinkedIn. Now, another thing to know is that once we have this, you can tweak any of the different skills and requirements for the position. So first one I would suggest, especially for a technical role, would be in skills. So we're going to click on skills. Now, it actually works by tuning, not just yes or no required. So for example, we might say that Azure is a must-have. We might say that solution architecture is important. But capital markets, maybe that has nothing to do with our job description, because maybe it's not a financial industry that we're looking for. So we're going to exclude that. We know that business analysis is a part of the role, so it might be useful. So now that we have that, also we can add suggested skills, things like that. We might say, oh, project management, can add that in. We're going to apply those changes, and that is going to tweak the list of candidates. Any one of these different categories can be tweaked. Location, for example, you could say, hey, I want people within, maybe I'm looking for relocation, so I'm going to go within 100 miles. Maybe some management might be nice instead of just an individual contributor, because maybe management is a function. So let's select, middle management. And so on and so on. Industry, you can change all of these, right? Say we want people from computer software, right? That's important because we're working with a technical firm. So there you have it. So this changes my roster of candidates. And from here, just like normal, you can select these candidates once you've reviewed them and export them right to recruiter.com. We're submitting to the technical architect. And there you have it. From there, you'll see them in your Manage Candidate screen. and they're right in the matched candidate section. So it's going to be right here. And there are my 2 candidates that I just brought over. Okay, thanks very much. Let us know if you have any questions about this great new feature. Thanks so much.